You know what? I wasn't going to do a reading on J and W, but I am, because the stuff that's going around on the internet where people are making assumptions about her, about him, about them, not knowing these people personally, don't know their lives, is very, very interesting. And I know some of you all maybe want some insight as well. So I'm going to try to use every oracle deck I got. And I'm just really going to dig. I'm not trying to be in these people's business, but so much of their business is in the public anyway. So let's see. Let's see what's going on here. So I don't even know what questions to ask. I think I want to know. Let's just look at currently how they're feeling. And then I'm going to address some of the stuff that I see on the internet. All right. So I want to know how their connection is right now, currently, their marriage. Like, spirit, like, can you give me some? Oh, wow. Life partner came out. Okay. What else, spirit? Attraction. These two could be twin flames. They could be twin flames. Like, it doesn't matter what anybody else is saying. Their connection with one another is supernatural. Regardless of what people want to say, it's supernatural. It's a twin flame connection movement. Okay, so their thing is to move past this. Look, reconciliation is at the bottom of this deck. Give me one more, spirit. Temptation. Wow. Let's get into that. A new perspective. Maybe a new perspective on this temptation. What? Because my thing is they both have admitted to going outside of their marriage. But it does seem kind of one-sided when it comes to, the public opinion. It seems kind of just like attacking her over and over and over again. And he admitted to it. I just saw an interview yesterday where I think he was on E! Entertainment, where he admitted to, that they both, that's what they did. But only she's being villainized for it. And I don't know if it's because of this August guy lost his mind over it. That's not her fault. But anyway, so let's check out this. I want to look at temptation here. I do want to clarify temptation, spirit. Why is temptation here? The Five of Swords. Okay, so the temptation could be to get back at someone or to be facetious to one another. You know what I'm saying? There could be that temptation, like, oh, you embarrass me, I'm gonna embarrass you. That type of energy. I have another one for temptation, because the Five of Swords is about playing at all costs, hitting below the belt. The Moon, okay, but they're moving past it. They're moving past it. It's like regardless of the temptation to be ugly toward one another when they go through certain things, they are moving. You see movement here. They are moving from, the Six of Swords is literally about going from hostility to peace. Hostility to peace. And there's that moon behind them. Then the moon represents unknown things. So they don't know exactly how they're going to get to a place of peace or what's going on in the background. All they know is they want peace in their lives. That's what I see here, is these two people, not just him, not just her. There's the temptation to be ugly toward one another or to lash out at other people, public opinion, all that, but they just want peace. That's what I see, is two people that want peace. Two people that, at least for now, are staying together. Now, I'm not saying that their relationship won't ever end. I don't think I want to read about that. I don't think I'm going to pull those type of energies. I see that there's two people that have an unbelievable connection. Regardless of public opinion, they have an unbelievable connection here. Life partners. They made some sort of pact. They have a contract, a soul contract, that some people may not understand. All right. Well, you know what? Let me address some of these rumors here. Let's see. Let's go into that. So, Spirit, one thing that I read, even this morning, somebody wrote on Facebook that there's this meme going around saying that she's toxic. That she's toxic toward him. And that may be so in relationship. There's a toxicity from one person to another in some capacity. So we're going to look at both sides. Both sides. So, Spirit, in what way is she toxic to their connection? In what way is Jada toxic to their connection? So we have the Chariot and the Judgment. So the Chariot is about moving forward triumphantly, and the Judgment can be about judgment calls. It can be about resurrecting things from the dead, okay, as well. So there may be something like bringing up things from the past that have already been buried. That could be one thing. Could be a little judgmental energy on her part. Let's clarify. Tell me about the Chariot. The Nine of Cups. Honestly, the Nine of Cups can be kind of a selfish energy. Okay? And I almost feel like it's when she don't want to talk about something, they don't talk about it. When she want to bring something up, it comes up. Okay? Tell me about Judgment energy. She could be drinking a lot too, but we have the Ace of Pentacles. Tell me about the Judgment energy. The Nine of Swords. Okay, so she does harp on things with the Nine of Swords here. The Ace of Pentacles, maybe she gives old buried things new life. Okay, things that have already been talked about or that her partner may think is over with, she will bring it back up. Okay. The Nine of Swords tells me that she does maybe cause anxiety, or she lives with anxiety about things. When she holds on to things, like things will seem like they're over, but she's up in the middle of the night thinking about this. Okay. And so she brings things that seemingly are buried, bring them back up again. Okay. That's what I see here. So how does that affect their connection? How does her toxicity affect their connection? The Hermit in reverse. How does it affect their connection? The Seven of Cups. So confusion. It causes confusion because there is a lack of going within and looking at self. Okay, so she may have an issue of not looking at herself when it comes to certain things. Okay, or not following her, her inner God, whoever she looks for as, there's times to me when it seems like that she's like that, and it causes confusion. Talking about the Hermit in reverse, the Temperance. Okay, so it could be a lack of patience as well. There's some things she's not healed from as well. She needs to heal from something. Talking about the Seven of Cups. The World. Okay, so the World is about cycles ending and new cycles beginning. I feel like some of these cycles are repeating themselves, and when it seems like they're dead and buried, they're brought back up, and that causes confusion within their marriage. All right. Let's see. What's good about her? What is good? What good attributes does she bring to this marriage? What good attributes does she bring to this marriage? What is positive? What positive attributes So we have the King of Coins. She's very good with money. She's very good with finances. The Chariot. So the Chariot is coming out as both a positive and a negative for her. So she has the ability to move past things when she wants to. But then the toxicity may come in when she brings them back up. Okay. What's good about her? Tell me. Positive. The King of Wands. Okay. So she's very much, and she's honest. Look at the Ace of Swords is about truth, clarity. She may be too honest for some. But she's very good with money. She is part of the reason why their marriage has stayed strong, actually, because this King of Wands is not only confident. King of Wands is creative. And she is in a lot of masculine energy, but honestly, all women and men have both masculine and feminine. So I've seen that that's another thing that people are saying online, like she controls things and they have just diagnosed these people like, wow, okay. But we all have masculine and feminine, and it does look like a lot of the strength of their marriage has come because she has found creative ways to communicate, to keep their marriage going. Definitely, maybe when it comes to intimacy as well. Tell me about the King of Coins, because I feel like she's very good with money. Yeah, the strength. Okay, she's very strong when it comes to money. She's very strong when it comes to money. She's been a lot of the backbone to this family. Tell me about the Chariot. And I'm not going to read about their children because I feel like that's, I'm not going to bring their children into it. Even though I'm sure they benefit or are affected by all of the energy. So the Chariot, the Three of Wands. Wow. She actually is able to get things done. Even though Will's career kind of has its own, he doesn't necessarily need her. She's good with different things, bringing the ships in. She's good with bringing ships in, helping bringing ships in. There's a lot of travel energy here too. So she's good with like planning family vacations, things like that, which is actually a good attribute. When you can, I know when I was married, that's a whole nother story, but and there's no drama. Me and him are great friends. It just didn't work out. But I was the one who would like plan the vacations and the getaways and things like that. And it was always needed, even if you didn't realize that at the time, Tell me about the King of Wands. The Four of Coins. Okay, so yeah, she's good with like savings. She's good financially. She's a good homemaker. The World. Yeah, there's a lot of travel energy here. Scheduling. Administrating. She's good at transitioning things from one. So she would be the one, like, let's say for this situation that just happened. She would be the one that's like, okay, that happened. It was horrible, blah, blah, blah. This is how we're going to transition. This is what we need to do to go into the next phase. She's the one who comes up with the creative ideas, things like that. Even though people think that she causes a lot of the mess, she's also good at cleaning it up. Okay. So I want to take a look at him. I'm going to use a different deck. All right. So we're going to bring out the energies for Will. I want to look at his shadow attributes, some things that what toxicity? You know what? Do I want to use these for? Yeah. What toxicity does Will Smith bring to their marriage? What toxicity does he bring to their marriage? Whoop! I'm dropping cards. It might fly off the handle the way that card did. All right. What toxicity does he bring? Okay. The Two of Pentacles, which can be juggling different things. It could be anything. It could be juggling people, could be juggling time, could be like not setting things as priority, could be imbalance with certain things. See his toxicity. The Universe, which is the world. She had the world in hers too. We're gonna see how that applies. One more, please. The Three of Swords. Heartbreak, pain, disappointment. Okay. So he may have caused some pain in this connection. Okay. Pain that people are overlooking or they just don't know about because they're so busy blaming her for everything. 15:55 was just on the clock confirmation. There's been a lot of change within this connection as well. 5 is about changes. All right, let's see what this Two of Pentacles is about. Let's see this juggling energy. The Four of Wands, which could be about home and balance. There could be an imbalance at home. Like he could be imbalanced sometimes. You know, I do feel like these two, as negative as people try to make their connection, there's something about them balancing each other. Okay? Tell me about the Universe. Tell me about the world energy. The Six of Swords. He may move on from cycles before they are dealt with properly. That's what I see here. He ends the cycles and they may not be dealt with properly. They may not be put into balance yet. So, like, let's say he does something hurtful. So they kind of mirror each other in that aspect because that was one of her toxic traits as well. But then she'll bring it back up later. Tell me about the world. Again, give me another one for the world energy. The Prince of Swords. Okay, so it could be kind of an immature take on some things. I don't know. And it almost seems, but it comes off like, okay, I'm the leader. I'm telling you what's what. I'm the head of this household. This is the end of this conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's my voice for him, or most men. But it's not dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So if you lie or cheat or disappoint or do something and you don't deal with it, you know what I'm saying? Tell me that's Three of Swords. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. So the Seven of Swords, y'all. Okay. So there's this thing of pointing a finger at her. Like she been like sneaky and deceptive. She's just the villain. He been doing some shit too. But he admitted to that. You know what I'm saying? All his stuff may not have been dealt with. I mean, listen. Okay? Seven of Swords is sneaky, deceptive behavior that causes heartbreak and pain. That's what we see. But they both admitted to that, and they're imperfect people. This is not a judgmental read. That's not what this is. I kind of wanted to read this to look at some of the stuff. People just blabbing online. Oh, she toxic and she did. And y'all don't, I mean, and even with me reading, I'm only seeing what Spirit is allowing me to see. There are still things that are between these two that are just going to be between these two and God. And it ain't nobody's business. None of this is really our business, but everything's kind of out, you know, has been made our business kind of, so it is what it is. All right, so we're going to look here. I want to see his good attributes. I want to see what is great about Will. How does he contribute to the success of this marriage? What's great about him? What is wonderful about him? What is good? What is positive? How does he contribute to this marriage in a positive way. Okay, what is this? There's the Seven of Swords again. So when we look at the Seven of Swords as a positive energy, it's strategy. Okay, it could be strategy. We're gonna clarify it because it could be in the way that he. I don't know. We're gonna clarify it. Let's see what else. What's positive energy? What is positive energy from Will about this marriage? Please, Spirit, show me. The Five of Spears, which is fighting. This is toxicity, but we're going to clarify it because there could be something about this, because we see that he will fight for the connection. Okay, we see he will fight for the connection with the Five of Spears. He will fight for this connection. He will fight. We see that, right? And he's the defender of his home, of his children, of his wife. That's actually a positive thing. Even I'm not condoning nothing. I'm just saying a man wanting to protect his family is positive. All right, another one, please. And the Knight of Coins. So the energy we saw earlier, where there was kind of a moving past things before you're really dealing with it, eventually. With the Knight of Coins is slow and steady energy. Eventually, he comes to his senses, or he apologizes, or he makes things right. Eventually, okay? It's a slow energy. Yeah, justice brings things into balance. So that is what's good about him, is that he may have some toxic ways, but I feel like he eventually comes in and says, you know what, you were right about that. I know that happened 10 months ago, but you were right about this or that or the other, right? Tell me about the Seven of Swords, because I want to see what this positive aspect. Okay, the Emperor. Yeah, strategy, taking control, being a good father. He strategizes. He may strategize when it comes to his children and their careers and things like that. He's a good father. He's a good dad. I don't feel like he's been perfect, but there's no perfect parent. She ain't been perfect either. People love to sit back and judge these celebrities like they're not humans. You know? Talk about this Five of Spears. He's willing to fight for his family. Yeah, work, effort, Eight of Coins. Not only defending their honor, but he knows he's got to be a provider as well. That's great. That's awesome. That's good. That's a good thing. So he may bring in a lot of the wealth, and I know she does too, but she's a good manager of it. See why people are talking about this couple? There's actually some good things about them being together. Tell me about the Knight of Coins. Tell me about the Knight of Coins. Ooh, the Three of Swords now in reverse. So we saw it. Okay, yep. Okay, that makes total sense. You got the Three of Swords here underneath. I'm trying not to mess up. You know, I'm a Virgo, so things got to be perfect. Whatever. Okay. We see here where there's times where he may disappoint. He may have lied or, whatever, hurt someone. And we see him moving past what he's done maybe quickly, kind of taking charge. I don't want to talk about this no more, whatever. It's over with, that type of thing. And we saw a little bit of that from her too, when it's, when she wants. But we see here now his positive attributes, that eventually he does come to terms with the things that he's done. Eventually. The Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight in the deck. So it may take years, it may take months, but that's a good thing, because some people, when they stay stuck in their ways, they stay stuck in their ways. Unmovable, unchanged. And we saw 555 earlier, which talks about a lot of change. This relationship has gone through a lot of change. It's going to continue to go through a lot of change. So now I kind of want to concentrate on the positivity going forth. I want to look at light attributes. Even if, and I'm not going to look, and I know people want me to look and see if they gonna split up, if they gonna break up, if they gonna, no, these two have free will, and what they've gone through, honestly, would have broken a whole lot of people a long time ago. There's something special about this connection. Now, whether or not they stay together, I'm not even going to look into it. I'm really not. But I do want to see, going forth, I want to see Jada's light attributes. I want to see her positive attributes going forward. What light attributes from her? That may or may not have anything to do specifically with their marriage, but let's see. I was going to use a lot of oracles, but I just didn't feel it necessary. Let's see. Going forward. Jada's positive light attributes. Please show me. Okay. We have dilettante. Delights in the arts without having to be a professional. Okay. Alerts you to danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So this does affect positively how she interacts with her children, the advice that she gives. She's very artistic. She's a very, very artistic person. And as negative and toxic as people try to make her on social media, she's actually not a superficial person. She's not a superficial person. I feel like she uses art to cope with things as a creative outlet. And she's very versatile when it comes to art as well. And this is something that she's passed down to her children. We also have athlete, dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. We saw the strength card come out for her. She may have some Leo in her chart. Okay. But she's very strong. I mean, and not just physically, but spiritually. She's very strong. Transcending physical limits, including handicaps. Development, including handicaps. And we see, not that her alopecia is a handicap, but she's transcending. She's using it as teachable moments, things like that. And if people weren't so busy bullying her about it online, they could see that, and they need to be careful. That's a whole nother thing. Some of these people got some karma coming up, because if you don't like her as a person because of whatever, that's one thing. But to make fun of somebody's physical ailment or handicap or medical condition, that's wrong. And God, He hears you. So anyway, give me one more for her attributes, and we'll do 3 for Will as well. We have hedonist, inspires creativity, energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. So there's a lot of creative energy that comes from her. Again, she is a really, really big reason, and not because she's controlling, because she finds creative ways to keep this marriage going, and it looks like he's receptive to it. That doesn't make him a simp. That makes them both sticking to the vows that they kept, which was for better or for worse, to heed each other's advice, to communicate, things like that. Like I said, it's not perfection, of course, but she's very creative. She inspires creativity and energy to embrace the good things in life. That's something that needs to happen right now, because they're going through a tough time. I mean, they're all over the news, all over the place. And it's like, oh yeah, there's some other things I need to address, because I feel like people are saying she made him go and hit. Oh boy, we're going to look at that too. Let me get these last 3 cards out for him. Show me his positive attributes. Show me Will's positive attributes, please. Going forward, Will's positive attributes. So we have Destroyer. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. He's going to put this behind him. It may not seem like it now, but he's releasing what is potentially destructive. Okay. I don't know if that means this marriage, but that's not what I get from this. I get that he's letting go of some negative energy. Okay, give me one more for light attributes for him. We have vampire. Makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So he's the person that can see, hey, you know what, that friend isn't good for you. Don't hang around that friend. That person, they don't mean you any good, or you notice how you feel bad every time you talk to that person. You need to take a look at that connection or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's him, and that's a wonderful attribute to his children. That makes him a good leader. All right, what else? Child wounded. Light attribute awakens compassion and desire to serve others. Wounded children opens the learning path of forgiveness. So people are like, oh, how could he stay with her after she said something on the red table, blah, blah, blah. He's a forgiving person. I feel like they both are, but he has a heart to give. He has a heart for young people as well, I see here as well. Okay, so let's look into the whole thing that happened at the Oscars. I do want to look into that a little bit. So, what was his motive for getting up and doing that? What was his motive? Oops. Okay, the Five of Swords came out. I'm not going to take it, but there was something about winning at all costs. Okay, let's see. What was his motive? What was Will Smith's motive? Just saw the Ten of Wands. What was his motive, Spirit? For what made him do that? Because people are like, she made him do that. We have the Knight of Coins. Again, slow energy. This didn't just happen that night. You understand what I'm saying? There was a build up to this. There was a build up to this. What made him do that? There it is, the Five of Swords. There's something between the man that was on that stage and Will Smith. Whether the man on that stage realized it or not, I feel like there's some things that were not dealt with between those two. What else? Yep. Four coins. He's been holding on to something. This didn't have nothing to do with Jada. That was just a catalyst. That was just a catalyst to make this something that's been brewing. And it may not have been just with Chris Rock. Other people putting their mouth on their marriage and their situation probably brought a whole lot of pressure. Tell me about the Knight of Coins. The World. Again, we have the World in his energy where cycles did not, I don't feel like they fully completed. I feel like it seems like they did, but they didn't. And he wanted to bring these cycles to an end. And so when that man opened his mouth on the stage against his wife, it brought that out. I'm not judging him either, because I don't think he meant any malice. We'll look at that too, if he meant any malice by it. Talking about this Five of Swords. The King of Swords. He was the King of Swords that night. Definitely he was. Okay. Talking about this Four of Pentacles. Wow, the Tower. Yep. So he just exploded. He was quiet for a long time. The Hangman. He was quiet. He held back for a long time. And he exploded that night. And it didn't have any. It was not her fault. That is not her fault. This is someone who don't deal with things, don't end cycles properly, which we saw here is one of his toxic traits. And so there was an explosion. I want to kind of look and see on what came out. Okay, the Three of Coins. I want to see Chris Rock. I want to look a little bit into him, and I want to know, did he mean any malice that night toward Will Smith and his wife when he made the jokes about them? Was there any malice in his heart? Was there any malice in his heart? Was there any malice in his heart? We have the Ace of Coins. Was there any malice in his heart? The Fool, the gesture. Okay. And it almost landed in reverse, which kind of tells me this wasn't planned. Like these are kind of off the cuff jokes, like looking in the audience and saying, oh, who I can pick on, that type of thing. The Fool sometimes it does things sporadically, right? Just kind of, and it had something to do with, now I don't want to say money, but maybe the success of the show with the Ace of Coins and the Temperance. I don't feel like he meant malice by this. Temperance is even tempered. I don't see anger here. The Devil hasn't come out. We'll keep going. I'm going to clarify these. But yeah, I don't think he meant malice by it. He may not have realized what he was doing in the moment, but I don't think he meant malice. Whatever has happened between him and Will Smith in the past, if there was something, either he didn't know about it and it was one-sided, or he thought it was over with because that World card is there. But apparently there's been some sort of buildup in Will that caused this tower, this explosion. Chris Rock was telling jokes, trying to make the show a success. Tell me about the Ace of Coins, the Queen of Wands. He really, was using his creativity. Yes, he's coming out as a queen here. It's no kind of thing against him. We all have feminine and masculine. All of us, male or female, doesn't matter. He was being creative. That was part of that. Queen of Wands is that creative energy. Tell me about the Fool. We got the King of Coins, yeah, and the Eight of Wands. So this communication that he put out to the audience, he was taking action. I feel like he felt really good energy with the King of Coins. He felt confident. He just said something sporadic off the cuff. The Temperance. Yeah, the Sun. He was in a good mood. He was in a good mood. He didn't expect what happened. I don't see that. I don't see malice here. I don't. All right. So, let's see. Is there anything we can expect moving forward? Any positive? I don't know if I want to use these. These have the energies that come out of these cards. It's like you gotta expound on it. Yeah, I'm not gonna use them because it's like, then it opens up a Pandora box. So I think I'm gonna leave it here. I think this was pretty interesting. Yeah. Okay. Light and love to y'all. Bye.